What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Top 5 Central. Now, in some cases, watching a live performance of a magic trick can be one of the coolest things ever. But when you start to catch on to the trick or the trick goes wrong, then it's pretty funny. Let's see if we can smash 5,000 likes on this video, but in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at 5 magic tricks that went wrong. Number 5. Dynamo phone doesn't ring. When you're a magician, the last thing you want to do is screw up. But the more famous you are, the more embarrassing it is when you make mistakes. Dynamo is one of the biggest names in magic, and he's done tricks nobody thought was possible, so seeing him fail at such a simple stunt is just, well, weird. Basically, he manages to somehow transport this guy's phone inside a beer bottle, and he says he can prove it's the same phone by calling it. The thing is, it just doesn't ring, and even though he does a good job of laughing it off, there's no denying that it's seriously awkward.
Watch. That's Tom's phone inside the ball. Check it out, mate. Is that your phone? See the phone behind the label there? Hold it really still. Can you call Tom's number, please? It's calling. Is it calling? It's calling? Yeah. I hope you've got signal in there, mate. Alright, you know what? If you're with Tom in the audience here, can you call his phone, please? Call it as quickly as you can. It's a live magic show, people. Anything could happen. Is it ringing? Someone call his phone. Maybe your battery's died last minute. Well, but are you calling it, yeah?
Number 4. Cutting a girl in half fail. Magic is hard, even if you've been doing it for years, so it's pretty obvious that doing any sort of magic at a talent show is a disaster waiting to happen. With that said, these kids made things even harder for themselves because they picked the most iconic trick in all of magic: sawing someone in half. I'll be honest, this show is a bit of a mess right from the start, but they do manage to pull off the trick. The only problem is they're too enthusiastic and end up knocking one half of the body off of the table and onto the floor. The prop is destroyed and the show is over, but even worse, it reveals that there were 2 people in the box all along. Number 3. Masked magician fails. Now, the most awkward thing about this trick is that the masked magician says it's something people of any age can do, and yet he still manages to screw it up. Not just that, but he's performing live on a talk show, so it's basically the worst time to make a mistake. Everything seems to be going well until he starts turning over the cards, and they're not all aces like he expects them to be. He even tries to play it off like he meant to do it, but it's obvious that no one is buying it, especially not the audience.
You did something very special.
Ele disse que a Cris Flores fez alguma coisa muito especial aqui. O que ela fez, Mr. M? What Chris did with your cards? Ô, Cris Flores, o que você fez de errado com as cartas do Mr. M?
Pior é que eu não sei.
Alguma coisa de estranho aconteceu aqui, gente, peraí.
Eu fiz o que ele mandou.
Tem certeza, Cris Flores?
Ele mandou, eu
You
fiz.
really did something very
Eu já tô com
special.
medo de ficar aqui do
Ele
lado.
disse que a Cris Flores fez alguma coisa muito especial.
Yeah, you found all the aces. Oh, except for one.
Que você encontrou todos os ases. But how she did that? Como ela fez isso?
Well, wait a second. The 5, maybe that's giving us a clue, because that's not correct.
Number 2, America's Got Talent. Now, there aren't many things worse than screwing up on stage, but completely denying that you made a mistake is definitely one of them. Like, it was pretty obvious that this magician wasn't cutting his assistant into pieces and moving them around, but then something went wrong that exposed the stunt completely. Basically, the black fabric hiding her real body fell down and showed that the fake body was nothing but a t-shirt attached to a box. That's bad enough, but when the judges asked him what went wrong, he completely denied it and told them that the trick went perfectly.
Thank you very much.
Can I ask you, you made a few mistakes there, right?
The illusion went perfect.
So when the thing dropped down, that was deliberate.
And before we do get on to number 1, I've actually got some honorable mentions. So I'm just gonna say it. I don't think this mistake was the magician's fault because it seems like everything would have been fine if the volunteer was better at following instructions. Like, she was told to throw the torch and then the knife in a very specific way, and she wasn't getting it, so it's not surprising that the poor dude looked nervous. He told her to throw it anyway, but it turns out he probably shouldn't have done this because he missed the catch completely and got a very bloody hand as a result. Maybe in the future he should invest in an actual assistant instead of just asking random volunteers on the street.
The handle. Here we go. 1, 2. Crazy American chick. 3. Ay, 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 ay. Ha, 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 ha. Guys, this was the show. Ah, ha, ha, ha. This hasn't happened in a long time. Danielle, it's not your fault. It's really not your fault. Ha, 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 ha. Guys, I hope you had fun. You can see I'm not gonna struggle with this hand. You guys have...
If you've been on the internet long enough, you've probably seen this clip before, but it's still so funny that we had to put it on this list. Look, kids, doing magic is always adorable, and when they make a mistake, it's even better, but these kids are just trying to rip a tablecloth off of a table, and to be fair, they do pull it off, but when older kids knock the younger ones backward by mistake, it turns into chaos. I mean, the poor kid has a whole dresser fall down on him, while his brother just runs away and leaves him, and the only reason it's so funny is because it's probably, let's be real, definitely fake.
Hi, ich bin's Michel und ich bin Sven und wir zeigen euch heute unseren ultimativen Trick.
Disappearing magic trick fail. This is another one of those classic tricks that anyone can do at home, but just because it's really easy doesn't mean you can't screw it up. If you've never seen this done, all you have to do is throw a towel in the air and then run out of the room before it falls, and it looks like you've managed to disappear. Easy, right? Well, not for this chick because she didn't open her door all the way and managed to run straight into it. Nothing ruins an illusion like someone crawling around on the floor in pain, so I think we have to call this trick a fail. And number 1, from start to finish. Now, if you start your audition for a talent show by saying you're probably not good enough to win, people aren't going to expect great things. But it's probably good this guy didn't get everyone's hopes up. I mean, I kind of feel bad for him because it's obvious he's super nervous, but that doesn't change the fact that his tricks just aren't that great. Like, for most of it, it's hard to tell what he's even trying to do, and for the few tricks that he does manage, he looks so scared that it's hard to be impressed. Sorry, dude. Maybe audition again next year?
What's it like? Any good? We can't see. Ah, really? Okay, thanks.
But yes, guys, this has been the top 5 magic tricks gone wrong, with a lot of honorable mentions. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like down below so we can reach our like goal. Subscribe to the channel if you're new for tons of new videos. We do upload every single day. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.